So what's up, people? Okay, so no more procrastinating. Now the roller coaster starts. So it had to be 2006 that we moved into the projects. And before I tell you about that, I have to tell you a little story, a little something that stuck with me. I remember when I was living with my grandfather. I honestly didn't think I was gonna live every day. Or I knew at some point I was probably gonna die at a young age, and I accepted it. You know, my mom wasn't a nurse. It wasn't her fault that I ended up in a wheelchair, and I was just grateful that she didn't give up on me. For example, there was two people who came this. I have to tell this. Um, like I said, we were homeless, and I'm not gonna say names. I don't want to throw people under the bus. Um, but I do have to tell some of these stories to give you an idea. Everything was not. I know I'm giving you guys the watered down version of my life, but anyways, before we were discharged from the hospital, we had two important people come to us, and we thought who would always be there for us. And I'll never forget. They had nursing home pamphlets, and these were two people who, like I said, were supposed to be family members, and one of the two wasn't okay with it. They were just there to listen, because I just remember this person presented me with these nursing homes, didn't know what a nursing home was, and I'm like, what is this? And they try to say, oh, it's like Shriners. You get to live there, and you could somebody would take care of you, and then they made it sound all good and beautiful. Nursing homes aren't good and beautiful. I've never been in one. I got God, please protect me to never put me in one. They're not all cracked up. They're horrible places from what I'm told. They're short staffed, and because of that, they're doing the best they can with the little bit of people they have and the many patients they have. So I'm looking at this nursing home pamphlets, and I'm like, wait a minute, did my mom put you up to this? And that's what scared me the most, is if my mom didn't want to take care of me or deal with me. And then that's when the person showing me the nursing home pamphlets was like, no, 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 it's coming from us. We were gonna talk to your mom about it too. Because you guys don't have nowhere to live. Where are you guys gonna live? And you're paralyzed now, so it's gonna be different and harder for you. So it might be easier for you if you just went into a nursing home, and for easier for everybody else. That's when I looked this person in their eyes and I said, if my mom agrees with it, I'll go, because I only want to live with my mom. But if my mom doesn't want to take care of me, then I'll go to the nursing home. What other choice do I have? And this person kept trying to talk about it, and the person she was with slammed their hand on the table and was like, that's it. We said we were going to talk to him about it and let him know. And if he wanted to do it, then we would go farther. But I also told you that if he said no, then that's no, then that's it. Let it go. And I just remember I had way more much respect for this person who did that, because it let me know that this person truly cared about me, did not want to get rid of me, did not want to put me in no home, or and who knows, the other person probably thought it was what's best for me, and they probably didn't know how bad nursing homes were. Anyways, so that being said, when my mom decided to take care of me, and my mom had a rough childhood. I'm not going to put her childhood out there because that's not me for me to do. But at the age 9, my mom broke down and told me a lot of things that I did not know. I found out a lot of crazy things about, which I'm sure every family has secrets in history, but my family secrets in history is freaking mind blowing. And like I said, unless I get permission, I'm not going to tell any of it, because it's very mind blowing. And the things that my mom went through, I couldn't go through a percentage of the things that my mother went through. So for my mom just to be addicted to alcohol for what she's been through, I would be like, you're not smoking crack, you're not on heroin. Like I can only imagine. Anyways, so that being said, I always told myself, if my mom is willing to take care of me, as long as if she, whatever she does, I'm gonna be grateful for it. Like I said, she wasn't a nurse, and she's from the ghetto, had a rough childhood, drinks, but she didn't put her son in no nursing home. She didn't give up on her son. She didn't tell her son no. My mom said, mijo, if you want to try with me, I'm gonna try with you, and we're gonna give it our best shot. And I love my mama to. I told myself when my mom made that decision, I told myself that that is my rock, and my mom has always been my rock. Anyways, so we finally get our place in the projects. I am terrified. As much as I love my mother, it was hard for her to help me do things. I had to pee. I have to pee every 4 to 6 hours, and she was the only one that was able to help me do it. I could do it myself. Now I had surgeries to where I could make fists now and move my fingers and move my thumb to where I could grab stuff. I couldn't grab stuff before. I wasn't able to hold things really. So to help myself go pee was nearly impossible. Now I know this is going to sound weird, but I pee through my belly button, and you just lift up your shirt and you just hold the urinal right here. It's easy compared to unbuttoning your pants, holding your boxers down, looking for your penis. And I hope it's not to be gross. I hope it's stiff, because if it's not stiff and then it's gummy and you're trying to find it and stick this tube in while holding the urinal and your boxes, it's a lot. And I'll get into how I got those surgeries later on in the videos. Anyways, um, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be living with my mom. My brother's gonna be living with us, and my mom was the only one who knew how to take care of me. My mom was the only one willing to take care of me, living in the projects. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be just me and my mom. My brother is there, but technically it's literally just me and my mom. She's the only one that knows how to take care of me. I can't ask anybody else. My cousin lives, I don't know how far away. And I just remember always telling myself, I'm putting my faith in God. And the story that I want to tell you guys. So I remember I'm at my grandfather's house, and it was one of my weekend visits. And this was around the time in 2005 when the Texas rappers were all coming out. Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, and they were dropping all these Texas music. And I remember I grabbed I liked Mike Jones more, so I was listening to his CD, and I remember I bought his album. One of his songs on the album was "Where Would I Be 5 years from now? Where would I be? Who would I be? Who would I see? Or would I?" And I just remember saying that to myself, and it was 2005 when I heard that song, and I was living at my grandfather's house. And I remember hearing that, and I was like, where would I be 5 years from now? And if I'm not mistaken, it was 2005 around the summer that I heard that song. 5 years from now, 5 years from now. So keep that in mind. 5 years from now, Mike Jones. Anyways, so going back to, I remember going inside of the projects, and I was in the hospital while they were moving everything in and while they set everything up. So when we got on the projects, and then we had a stoop. So my mom had to take me up this stoop. She popped me on a wheelie the same way she used to take me up and down the stairs at a friend's house. Or my aunt's house. She used to pop the wheelie, pull me up, and then hold the door open with her body and pull me up. My mom did all this by herself. My mom is a G. So I remember being pulled into the projects, looking around, and and I'm like, wow, we got our own place. Yes, 50% of me is like, man, we got our own place. It's just you and your mama now. Oh my God, I hope she helps me when I need it. And anyway, and I'm looking at our place, and it's in the projects. And I also remember thinking, like, man, and then we're in the projects. I don't know if you guys remember, I told you guys this projects was ran by a gang that was not our gang, and they didn't care about the gang we were affiliated with, but it's not our gang. So I'm looking at where we're living, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the projects. Yes, I'm happy we got our own place, but man, we're in the projects. You know what I mean? I hope we don't ever make nobody mad. I hope my mom never makes anybody mad. I hope nobody ever runs in here and kills us. All these crazy thoughts, man. And mind you, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not in one now, so I can tell you. But I just want everybody to know my story. Because I don't know who's listening. I pray people are listening, and then I want people to know it's okay. Or if you ever need to reach out, or if you need advice, and that's why I want to tell everything. I don't want to hide anything, and that's why I want to tell the truth, because I want people to know everything I went through in case you're going through it and you don't think you could ever make it out of it. I'm telling you, I was there. I really thought that every day I was gonna die. Seriously, sincerely. And look where I'm at. So, anyways, so we get in, and my mom sits me on the couch. She puts TV on, and I'll never forget. She was like, "Call somebody over, invite somebody over. Like, we haven't had company ever. We've been living with Grandpa, and then our friend, and then our family, and we didn't want people to come over because we didn't want to be a burden. But now you can have company. Invite somebody." And the first person I thought of was my punk cousin. And I wanted him to come hang out with us and to come chill with us. And so I remember the first day living in the projects, my cousins came to visit, and I'll never forget, we were watching a movie called American Me. And I just remember watching the movie, and I'm like, man, this is my life now. Like, I'm with my mom only. I wish my cousin could stay here. Don't leave. Do you have to leave? Because, when he's there, he's going to take care of me. So if I had to use the bathroom and my mom didn't want to, my cousin would be like, I got you. And anyway, so I just remember my cousin and his older brother, both my cousins show up, and we're chilling there. I'm a pothead, so and my brother was starting to smoke too. So we were rolling up, and we were having good times, joking and talking smack. And I remember one joke I had to tell, because I told my brother I was going to tell this. You know how people always, hey man, I need something long and thick, my penis, or hey man, I need something rock solid and thick, my penis. Anyway, so my cousin, he was rolling up so we could smoke. And my cousin, he used to grabbing a little to pack it. So my cousin, he goes, "Hey man, do you guys have anything short and pointy, so that way I could pack this blunt?" My brother goes, "My dick." And I'm trying not to cuss in case kids are watching. And please, kids, I'm sorry if you hear me cuss. Don't repeat my words. But anyways, and when he said that, we all looked at him like, "What?" And then that's when it registered in his head what my cousin said, and my brother was like, "Oh no." And then we were like, "Nah, bro, short and pointy, right? Yeah, we knew it, and this and that." And it was just a fun joke. And I remember I was trying to talk myself out of being in my head, because I didn't have anxiety, I do now, but I was just sitting there and just looking at my cousin and just looking at the situation like, wow, this is going to be my new life now. Like, I'm going to be living in the projects around this big gang, that I don't know what I could say to them, if I could even say anything to them, if I could look at them. If I do look at them, how do I look? Are they going to take it the wrong way? And anyway, so the first things that we started to do was to try to get me into school. So where I'm from, everybody knows everybody, and we had a reputation. I had a reputation because of my brother and my mom. So every time I got in trouble, "You're just like your brother. You're just like your mother. Oh, you're whose brother? That makes sense. Oh, who's your mom? That makes sense, And so it was annoying. And I already made a name for myself because, like I said, I told you guys, I was a troublemaker myself, and I used to get suspended at least twice a year, the least. After my second time, I'm like, there's no third, because I don't want my mom thinking that I'm as bad as I really am. I didn't want her to know the real me, and she did not know the real me. Like, for example, I had a run-in with the cops a few times, but I'm so good with my mouth, and they are knowing me for being innocent, that I use that to my advantage. Like, I remember one time I was with my friend, and he had a bag of weed, and the cops pulled up on us. He threw the weed, ran. I didn't know he had weed genuinely. I really didn't. And when the cops ran up on me like, "Hey, where'd your boy go? Where'd your boy go?" I was like, "I don't know where he went. I ain't no snitch." And then that's when they're like, "Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do." And that's when I was like, "No, I don't." That's when they found the bag of weed, and they're like, "We're going to charge this on you." And I was like, "No, you're not." And, "Yeah, we are." Yeah. And they were trying to scare me to tell my boy. And that's when I was like, "Yo, bro, I don't know whose stuff that was. Yeah, I was with the homie. He took off. I don't know if he threw that there or not, so I'm not going to say he did or not because I'm not going to lie on nobody that I don't know anything about, and I don't want nobody to lie on me. I was like, I was with the guy. He saw you. He ran. I didn't run, obviously, because I have nothing to hide. And why would I? Why wouldn't I run if that was mine? And why would I put it right in front of me? And that's when they're like, well, we don't have no one else to charge. We're going to charge you. And that's when I was like, then that's an illegal charge. And then one of the cops, a lot of cops knew my mom from high school. Anyway, so, I took that to my advantage and I was like, yo, you know my mom? Have you ever seen me in trouble? And my brother, he used to get in trouble with the cops, with everybody. He did not hide who he was. I did. And I would use that to my advantage too. And I'm like, yo, I'm not my brother. You don't see me out here getting arrested and in handcuffs and released the next day and going back the next day, or you know what I mean? Or getting suspended for smacking people. You know what I mean? Like I got suspended for stupid stuff, I'm a good guy, and you're wait until I tell my mom how you let these cops harass me. And you always tell my mom that you're going to take care of us when you see us on the street or whatever, and what this, and that. And you're like, you know what? He's right. He's a good guy. If it wasn't on him, I doubt he even knew this guy and stuff like that. Anyways, I was really good with my mouth. But anyways, because we were known people, when I first got out the hospital and my mom tried to get me back into school, they didn't let me go back to school. And we didn't know the extent of hiring lawyers because that's illegal. They can't tell us to do that. We didn't know any of that. So we just listened. So in 7th grade, I didn't go to school. I had to be homeschooled because I was hazardous. They didn't know who shot me, how I got shot. If the person would come into the school to try to finish the job if I was there. So they didn't want that on their conscience or, So anyway, so for 7th grade, I had to be homeschooled. And for 8th grade, my mom found out that was illegal. And she found a way. She found an advocate. And the advocate let her know, like, no, that's illegal. I got a lawyer for you. And I'm going to end it here and then continue on the next time. And another thing, people, please, if I want to help people that are paralyzed, that are from the streets, yes, but I want to help people, period. So if you hear my story and you're just inspired by it and you know how to get a hold of me and you need advice, feel free to reach out. If you feel somebody needs to hear this that is walking and they're complaining that they can't do something, so you want them to hear this because you see me, somebody who's less able, and I'm still here and I'm still motivated. I'm still telling, please feel free to do that. Please let anybody, this, what I'm doing with this is to help people, period. That is my main goal. Not just paralyzed people, not just Muslim people, not just gang members. I'm here to help people. I would love to help people. I would love for somebody to come tell me like, hey man, your story changed my life. Hey, your story, I was thinking about, not being here no more. And then I saw you and I'm like, what am I complaining about? I don't know. I don't mind that. I really don't. Like, I want to help people. Help you. Anyway, so, this lady, and this lady was an angel, and this lady, please remember, because this lady's going to be brought up in the future. This lady is a big reason of why I'm out here. Anyway, so my mom got a hold of this woman, and then we found out that our uncle worked with this woman, this advocate, because my uncle was in the army and he lost his legs and his arms, or his legs, and so he would work with this advocate lady. So when we found this lady, and she looked at our last name, she goes, "Do you guys know so and so?" My mom was like, "That's my uncle," and she's like, "Well, I work with your uncle," and we're like, "Oh my God," And then that's when this woman was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna get your son into school. They do this all the time. I know what to do. I know who to get a hold of. I know who to talk to. And if not, I know which lawyer to call, and the lawyer will get you into school." And sure enough, in 8th grade, when I was living in the projects, I got into school. And that's a whole, oh my gosh, yeah, man. The story is about to get crazy. I don't know if you thought the story was crazy already. And like I said, I'm only telling you the sugar part of it, like the watered down version. So if you think this is crazy at all, oh man. Anyway, so I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Or the next time I get on here. Please like this. Please share this with people on Facebook, on Instagram. Please copy the link. Please send it to. I'm telling you, I'm here. If you like the story, if it's motivating, if you think you know somebody that, like I said, that is paralyzed, a gang member, a depressed person, anything. If you think I can help that person, show them these videos. And if you know me personally and that person wants to talk to me personally, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to help anybody. I love helping people. So stay tuned. Like I said, I'm gonna get into how I got into school in 8th grade, and we will start from there.